You go on the street and you give somebody, homeless person, some food because they look really hungry. They didn't give you back anything. Does it matter? No. Why? You don't need the food. You already have food. You give them some money. You don't need the money. You already have some. It doesn't matter. Okay. In a relationship, when you are giving somebody love, you're looking at them love and you're giving them love and you're not receiving it back, right? Doesn't matter. Well, this is for each person to choose, because if we say that it does matter and we have to receive love back from them, then what we are asking for is for the other person to be a certain way in order for you to love them. I will only love you if you love me back. And if you don't love me back, then I'm not going to love you. That's not unconditional love. That's conditional love, right? Imagine your mother goes, son, you're going to go ahead and take care of me the same way that I take care of you. And if you don't, I'm going to disown you. All right? No, they just take care of you, period. Whether or not you do something back, doesn't matter. They're not sitting there waiting. So when we look at nature, it works the same way. Okay. We don't go and ask the sun. The sun will shine, whether or not we're inside the house and hiding away from it, and then we come out, it's still shining. It's always shining. When we realize that, we stop looking at everything as this trade-off, because we start to connect to this wholeness inside. We start to become more whole. We're not coming from this place of lack. When a person's in a place of lack, they're always looking for a trade-off. They're always looking to make sure that they receive something. If they don't receive something, then they don't want to give anything. And when we're in that state, we don't receive much because we're not giving much. But when we feel very whole inside, when we feel abundant inside, when we connect to ourselves inside, when we connect to that love, we have a lot to give. And whether it's love or whether it's something else, whether it's maybe some other type of support that you have, you can give it to somebody and you can just share it and you can share it. And you don't share it because you're wanting to get something back. You share it because you're passionate about it. You share it because by sharing it, it makes you happy. It makes you, feels good. It feels very aligned. It's your expression. Okay. You are expressing yourself. And the way that you express yourself, you are having an opportunity to express yourself authentically. That means you're not expressing yourself for a certain condition to receive something. You're just being yourself. And by being yourself, you are doing this thing. You are saying this thing. You're acting in that way. That's just being you. And so when you have the opportunity to go ahead and express yourself in something that you enjoy, something that comes very natural, you don't need to receive anything back because you weren't doing it to receive something back. So therefore, whether you receive something doesn't matter. If you do, great. And if you don't, who cares? You know? And as you do that openly more and more and more, the people that are not in a state of lack will give back to you. And the people that are just about taking, maybe they haven't received enough. They haven't connected themselves. So all they can do right now is take. And it's okay. We don't judge them. That's just how it is. A lot of us was at some point in that state as well. And there were people that were a little further along in their development that gave a lot more. And we just took, and we just kept taking. And then one day we become that person as well. And now we are abundantly giving. You see, just like a baby and its parents. A baby, do they give? What are they giving? They're just taking all day long. But the parents give and everything. And they give for a long time. And the kids just keep taking. How many of us were kids? Therefore, how many of us just took? But then as we get older, now we have the opportunity to give. And then now we have our own children, we have the opportunity to go ahead and give unconditionally. And then our kids will just take. The cycle, you see, continues. So therefore, we don't go ahead and judge people. Some people never grew out of it. Some people still have stayed as kids, big kids, right? They fuss about things, they get really mad, they yell, and they're disrespectful with people and all that stuff. Big kids, it's okay. Maybe at some point later on in the future, they grow out of it and then they become more whole inside and then they start to give. So it's not our job to go ahead and try to change them. It's only our job to go and be ourselves. And once we are ourselves and we are whole, we are feeling good, naturally we give, naturally we express who we are. And that expression is our gift.